This is a suggestion via Discord. Let's go ahead and jump into this video immediately. A trader leaked this. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Party's over. Dad's home.
They've had a big fight, like two kids in a schoolyard. You know, they fight like hell. You can't stop them. Let them fight for about 2-3 minutes, then it's easier to stop them.
And then Daddy has to sometimes use strong language to
You have to use strong language. Everyone's sort of like...
Trump ended the 12-day war, and now Europe's calling him Daddy. And Daddy likes it.
Really?
Mark Rutte, the NATO chief, who is your friend, he called you Daddy earlier. Do you regard your NATO allies as kind of children?
No, he likes me. I think he likes me. If he doesn't, I'll let you know. I'll come back and I'll hit him hard, okay? No? He did it very affectionate. Daddy, you're my daddy.
The media
That is hilarious.
said Daddy was going to leave the family. But look at him front and center in the family photo. They said he was going to abandon NATO, but America first doesn't mean America alone. And now the Europeans can't stop saying, thank you, Daddy.
You are a man of strength, but you're also a man of peace. And the fact that you are now also successful in getting this ceasefire done between Israel and Iran, I really want to commend you for that.
Thank you.
And I think this is important for the whole world.
Yeah, he's no doubt going to end up with some type of like Nobel Peace Prize. I'm almost positive.
Then on spending, it's absolutely true. I want to state here, without President Trump, this would not have happened.
Europe's thanking Trump for making them spend more money. Happy wife, happy life. But Trump, like a gentleman, says it's all about the guys in the cockpit.
The pilots did
That took too long to
an
hit.
unbelievable job like nobody's ever seen. They hit pay dirt. You see where I guess you probably look, they call it the wound. You see where the wound is on the earth. And 3 of them right next to each other. Perfect. And they should be admired and respected for what they did. And the fake news, in order to try and hit me, the fake news made them look bad. But now they look really good again.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's trying to take away from the people who actually did the mission, but I think a lot of other people have like some questions on exactly how things were, let's say, deleted, let's say, or destroyed in the context, right? I think those are the questions that people are actually searching for. I'm not sure that anyone's trying to take away from the actual achievements that these individuals did here, guys.
37-hour flight. 13,000 miles above the ground, and they hit a target the size of a washing machine. And instead of lining up interviews with these heroes, CNN's saying they missed, and the bombs were duds. Have you ever heard of an American bomb that didn't work? If that bomb is American-made, it's going off. We dropped these bunker busters into the ventilation shaft. These suckers slid down the shaft untouched and detonated in the middle of the lab. We basically slid a stick of dynamite down a chimney, and the media is claiming the living room's still intact.
This was an unbelievable hit by genius pilots and genius people in the military, and they're not being given credit for it because we have scum that's in this group. And not all of you are. You have some great reporters, but you have scum. CNN is scum. MSDNC is scum. The New York Times.
MSDNC? Is that a thing now? Noted.
Times is scum. They're bad people. They're sick. And what they've done is they're trying to make this unbelievable victory into something less. The original word that I use, I guess it got us in trouble because it's a strong word. It was obliteration.
Rubio says it's like we sank a dozen full-court shots in a row.
Here's a fact. The conversion facility, which you can't do a nuclear weapon without a conversion facility. We can't even find where it is, where it used to be on the map. You can't even find where it used to be because the whole thing is just blackened out. It's gone.
It's wiped out.
It's wiped out. Then we dropped 12 of the strongest bombs on the planet right down the hole in 2 places. Everything underneath that mountain is in bad shape.
After Operation Midnight Hammer, we thought we'd have to be defending ourselves against the Iranian attacks. But instead, we're defending ourselves against CNN attacks.
Yeah, mainly the left wing. Just understand that they're never going to back anything that like Trump says or does, because he just exudes masculinity, and generally CNN and most of the viewers think masculinity is toxic. So
the instinct.
That's
kind of
like by
CNN,
default,
the
what
instinct
it
of the New York
boils
Times
down to.
is to try to find a way to spin it for their own political reasons, to try to hurt President Trump or our country. They don't care what the troops think. They don't care what the world thinks. They want to spin it to try to make him look bad based on a leak. All of the evidence of what was just bombed by 12 30,000-pound bombs is buried under a mountain, devastated and obliterated. So if you want to make an assessment of what happened at Fordo, you better get a big shovel and go really deep, because Iran's nuclear program is obliterated.
We basically threw grenades into a rabbit hole, and CNN is saying there wasn't any damage because they can't see underground.
I mean, because guys, you gotta understand a couple of things here. No one should believe anything that's being said. Okay, like anything that you listen to is basically going to be some type of emotional response until you have the ability to actually physically verify that things are like accurate and you know, adequately destroyed, let's say. I think that's what we kind of need to understand here. We are just picking sides right now and choosing who we choose to basically believe. Generally, the Democrats are not really to be believed under any circumstances, at least these days. At one time, they used to have some type of like, you know, solid set of base morals, but now things are not that. But if there is information coming from the Pentagon, I do think truthfully we need to pay attention to some of the information. I think it should be important that we take in all of the information.
Tulsi Gabbard says this: new intelligence confirms what POTUS has stated numerous times. Iran's nuclear facilities have been destroyed. If the Iranians chose to rebuild, it would likely take years to do. The CIA and the International Energy Agency both say we landed knockout strikes, and it would take the regime years to rebuild.
Guys.
And Israeli intelligence, who kind of have Iran wired, say bullseye. Now, if the bombs didn't work, don't you think Netanyahu would be on the phone with Trump begging the B-2s to circle back around?
No. No.
Israel already has spies combing through the rubble.
Israel's going to be telling us very soon, because Bibi is going to have people involved in that whole situation. We hear it was obliteration. It was a virtual obliteration. When you take a look at the ground above, don't forget, the flame is all underground. But everything above, if you look at the before and the after picture, everything above is burned black. The trees, everything. I believe it was total obliteration. I believe they didn't have a chance to get anything out because we acted fast.
Not fast enough, though. Like, I mean, and that's kind of where I am on this story here. I do think, listen, guys, we hit. We absolutely, he's calling it obliteration. I agree with that, right? But my problem is that if there was a good amount of people already on the internet basically saying, hey, listen, guys, we're talking too much publicly about this, right? Like, there's too much publicity kind of on this. Yes, he said 2 weeks, but guys, under no circumstance was it going to be 2 weeks. Okay. Like the moment I think the internet started kind of speaking about that this was going to happen was when they decided to start moving enriched uranium. That's kind of where I am mentally. But let's continue.
You can tell there was a uranium fire inside the site because the top of the mountain changed color after the blasts. The same people who were saying the bunker busters didn't blow up are the ones who said Trump was a Russian agent. No,
that's not color, guys. I'm a photographer. This is time of day. It looks like the before image was taken during what's called golden hour, and maybe the other image itself was taken during like blue hour or something like that. And the reason why I'm saying that blatantly is because, guys, the streets didn't change colors. All right, the streets did not change colors. Let's just be honest here. This is just a time of day shift of color. So let's not attribute the color shift exclusively to the damage that was being done here, guys.
Who were saying the bunker busters didn't blow up are the ones who said Trump was a Russian agent. COVID didn't come from a lab.
This is valid.
And Hunter's laptop was fake.
This is valid.
But the reporter who keeps getting it wrong keeps getting promoted. See what CNN's business model is? When you're wrong, you get a raise. Trump says Natasha Bertrand should be fired and thrown out of the building like a dog.
Okay.
But even if Trump thinks you're a dog, he'll still answer your question.
Do we have any questions, please? Wow. That's a lot of questions. Who's a nice person? Oh, you're not a nice person, but I'll let you ask one. Go ahead. What's he going to ask? He is not nice at all. I know him well.
Whichever traitor in the Pentagon leaked this half-baked, day-old, flimsy assessment based on a single satellite photo, Rubio's ready to smoke him out.
These leakers are professional stabbers. That's what they are. They go out and they read this stuff and then they tell you what it says against the law, but they characterize it for you in a way that's absolutely false. There's no way Iran comes to the table if somehow nothing had happened. This was complete and total obliteration. They're in bad shape.
I mean, they saw the immense power of the United States of America that was based in backing Israel and was like, hold on here, guys. All right, hold the phone here, buddy. We don't want to do this anymore. That's what happened.
Now Cash and Bongino have launched a mole hunt.
I am told by the FBI the leak already is being investigated, and it absolutely should be, because this was a top secret intelligence analysis that very few people in the United States government had access to see.
If you stab Daddy in the back, you're getting more than a spanking. The punishment for treason? Death penalty. Now, you don't leak faulty intel during a war that undermines American military capabilities. Unlike the Supreme Court leaker, we better find this guy. Tomorrow at 8 o'clock in the morning, Secretary Hegseth and top military brass are holding a press conference. Fox will have it live. The Ayatollah has been missing for a week. He went underground and hasn't been heard from since. The ceasefire is still holding, and Trump's teasing negotiations to lock in a truce. The question is, who's Daddy going to negotiate with?
Okay. Guys, this is a wild one here. Obviously, there's going to be some type of talk between Iran and Trump. That just has to happen here. I'm definitely glad that Trump was like super smart in the context of telling Netanyahu, "Hey, listen, guys, let's not take out the supreme leader on purpose." Okay. Keep in mind, I think he is one of the descendants, let's say, of their god. So just understand what that means very clearly. Okay. I know Netanyahu doesn't care at all because it's not the religion, so he's like, whatever, right? But understand what happens when you take out a figurehead, and I mean like a figurehead that is associated deeply with the religion, okay, like a direct descendant type of scenario. You want a martyr? Like you want 90 million people. And plus, keep in mind here, 90 million plus people just in Iran alone, and other nations around the region, let's say, that also have the same religion. Let's say, do you want these individuals to just go excessively, extremely hard going forward towards your nation? Let's not do that. Let's not martyr this man at all under any circumstance. Bro, he's old. He's at least 135. Don't worry, it's coming. Okay, but please don't martyr this man. Seriously. But yeah, there is going to be some type of conversation, obviously, between the Supreme Leader and Trump. There has to be going forward. Okay. But all right, listen, guys, let me know in the comments what you guys think. You guys all have an absolutely amazing day. If you guys are new here, please like and subscribe. In the meantime, I'll catch you guys later.